We are going to be looking at some creepy videos, strange and odd news stories, and as always, let's go ahead and get right into today's video.
I think that would look really cute, like especially like if I like blend it in, like blend it to color. Um, what happened? That's the table just moved. Well, the table just moved. In the name of Jesus, leave us the alone. What do you mean? I swear to God. Hell no.
The way those women got out of there, that is that is the key difference between a real paranormal event caught on camera and something fake. When the table first moved, they questioned it, but when that chair moved, there was no standing around acting, screaming for the cameras. No, they did what I would have done, just darted out of there as fast as I could. That woman in blue nearly flipped that table over. So this next video is pretty creepy, but it might have a logical explanation. Now, back in 2024, Angela Rye, who is a political commentator, she was on a Zoom call with MSNBC. Now, this Zoom call was filmed back in July of 2024, but people are still talking about it as of today because, again, what was seen. This video comes from Scary Talk.
Talking about her sleeping her way to the top. Now what she's up against is folks lying about her border record.
As Angela Rye continues her live interview, a small figure can be seen peeking from around a doorway behind her. At first glance, it seems like a child briefly wandering into frame. But the longer you look, the more unsettling it becomes. Larissa shared the screenshot with the caption, "We had to pause and take this pic." I was like, there is no way that's her kid. Look at the hand on the kid. Viewers quickly speculated that it wasn't a child at all, but rather a ghostly figure. Its pale skin, eerie presence, and unnatural posture captured live on TV. So what exactly appeared in the background of Angela Rye's broadcast? Was it truly the spirit of a ghost child making an unexpected appearance on national television or church, or just an ordinary moment that happened to look terrifying on camera?
So I went to the original video on MSNBC and I zoomed in, and I don't know, they do look very pale, almost to the point like they blend in with the wall. Now, the logical explanation to this is that people are saying that this might be her grandmother, and I have to say it does look similar to her. The only thing is that back in 2017 they were celebrating her 100th birthday, so 2024 this would make her 107. So is she still alive? There were mentions of her in 2022 as still being alive, but no more mentions after that. So if she passed away prior to the Zoom call, then I don't know what to say about this video. It could be another elderly person, but again, it really does look similar to her grandmother.
One of the scariest things to me is hauntings involving children, and this Redditor shared a picture with a short story attached with what has to be one of the clearest images of a ghost that I've ever seen. They explain that their father is a detective and is really close with one of his co-workers. Well, the father's co-worker had gone on vacation with his wife and young daughter, and while they were away, they kept receiving notifications from the baby monitor. The baby monitor kept going off, saying that motion was being detected inside of the nursery. I guess the family had been experiencing some slightly strange things in the home, but nothing that necessarily screams a full-blown haunting. Things like small items going missing and then being found in an area that they had already looked, or noises around the house in the middle of the night. But while away on their vacation, after continuing to get these notifications, knowing that nobody is supposed to be in the house, they decided to open the app and check. Now, this baby monitor is one of those that snaps pictures every time motion is detected, so he goes back and checks one of the pictures that was taken at 9:12 p.m. and this is what he sees. A very clear image of what looks like a little girl crouching down to the ground. Mind you, this family is not home and nobody else is supposed to be in the house. So the guy immediately calls OP's father and asks him to do a walk through the house and clear each room, especially the nursery. And OP's father does, but he doesn't find anything. The house was completely empty, just like it was supposed to be, and there was no sign that anyone had gotten in. And unlike in a horror movie, the coworker wasted no time and spent the rest of his vacation with his wife looking for new homes to move into, and very quickly moved the following week after returning home.
That video comes from Oddities on Elm Street. Now, that definitely does not look like a little girl to me, but when I see or hear stories like this, I instantly think of something far more terrifying than ghost, a squatter or somebody residing in their home without them knowing and making themselves known when they're not there or when they're asleep. And it is very possible that's what's going on here and the face was distorted by the camera, but at the end of the day, that is still a very terrifying face, if you want to call it a face. This next creepy video is indeed chilling, but I have to say, I've never heard of this before. I'm not saying it didn't happen, just saying I've never heard of this before. I'm familiar with that plane crash that wiped out that football team in the 1970s that inspired that movie, We Are Marshall, but take a look at this and let me know if you've ever heard this story before.
An entire basketball team gone in an instant, save for one person. But he wouldn't be so lucky for long. Hello, true crimers. This is a Final Destination in real life story. Viewer discretion is advised. Pictured here is the University of Evansville's basketball team from 1977. The Purple Aces were 4 games into their season when on December 13th, 1977, they would board a small plane to head to Tennessee. One player was not on the plane. That was David Furr. He had actually broken his ankle, so he had to stay home while the team traveled. Just moments after Air Indiana Flight 216 took off, the plane would lose control and crash. All 29 souls on board, the entire basketball team, the coaches, staff, and obviously the staff of the plane, all died. Apparently, the crash was due to some pilot errors, and I guess the baggage compartment was overloaded. David Furr obviously was devastated that he just lost his entire team, all of his friends, his coaches, gone in just a matter of 2 to 3 minutes. But he was also feeling very fortunate because I would have been on that plane had my ankle not been broken. Exactly 2 weeks to the day after the crash, David and his brother Byron were driving on the freeway, and David was actually behind the wheel, when because of icy roads, he lost control of the vehicle and crashed head-on into another car. David and Byron both died on impact. I believe the people in the other vehicle survived. This is about as close to like a Final Destination plot as you can get. But in all seriousness, it's insane to me how life tends to work. An entire basketball team gone in an instant, save for one person. But he wouldn't be so lucky for long.
This story definitely gives off Final Destination vibes, like this young man was destined to pass away in this plane crash, and because he didn't, death did not wait too much longer and got him 2 weeks later. In this next creepy video that has a very bizarre twist, this has to be, bar none, one of the scariest things to find underneath your home.
I'm going to show you guys the full video. So this user found a tunnel underneath his house that he did not know was there.
You ever bought a home? All I advise go in. Nope. Way, Jimmy. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. The water hose. A full cement floor, too. This is What is going on? It's a home, bro. There's a closet. Like someone was trying to get out here.
The weird part is he only made these 2 videos and then he disappeared off the internet. We don't know what happened after this. We don't know where these tunnels came from, what they were for. We don't know anything. And like I said, it seems like the guy just disappeared.
Now, the other strange part about this, outside the fact that massive tunnel beneath his home, is that the individual that made that video, Wade Wilsonson, he deleted all those videos off his TikTok and he's not been heard from since.
On January 22nd of 2024, an 81-year-old woman named Janet Sowers called the police and she told dispatch, quote, "People are dying over here," before abruptly hanging up. So dispatch sent over officers to her mobile home park in Florida. Now the police did not know if there was any merit to this call, but they brought EMS anyway. The following is newly released body cam footage of what happened that night, and it's quite unsettling. Take a look.
You okay?
Yeah,
What's going on?
I don't know. Yeah.
You have any lights on in your house?
You must wait with the fuse.
Okay. Can you turn them on for us? I can't see in here.
I'm not turning them off.
What's that?
I'm not turning them off. The traffic for us.
I don't think so. Okay. Why would? You don't like the lights on, or?
No trade. Yeah.
Well, what's going on? I'm trying to help you here. So I'm just trying to figure out like what's going on so we can help you, right?
Well, I thought I heard somebody down by the wall.
By the wall?
Janet said that you can have
Traffic wall.
The front wall? Where's that at?
By the gate.
By the gate? Do you want to come show us?
No, I'm not coming out when it's cold.
Oh, okay. All right. What are you holding in your hand?
Nothing.
What's that? No, I'm asking what you're holding in your hand, Jen.
You know, that's family.
Well, you're holding your hand behind you. That's why I'm kind of nervous.
We can't help it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just a little trying to figure out what you got in your hand right now because I can see something in it.
This is where I need to pause the video because without warning, Janet pulls out a knife from behind her back, at which point the officer backs away and opens fire. Unfortunately, she would not survive, and an investigation would begin. However, I couldn't find the results of that investigation, and I couldn't even find the name of the officer. Regardless, it's an incredibly sad case, but let me know your thoughts down in the comments.
So apparently this happened back in 2024, and reading this news article about this, her son said that she would ramble about things that did not make sense. He was quoted as saying, "I mean, she said some things that didn't really quite add up, but I never ever heard her say anything threatening about anybody or anything like that." So it sounds like to me she suffered with a form of dementia, maybe even sundowners, given the fact that this happened at night, where a person only gets dementia at night. Her neighbor said that she was a good woman, she was very kind, but she just got worse over time to the point everybody was her enemy. And the neighbors are even quoted as saying they believe that the police could have handled this differently, maybe could have even tased her. In this next creepy video, this individual talks about this shadow person that's seen inside this burning house, but he also happened to miss something else that was also seen. See if you see it as well in the hallway.
There's a firefighter account that normally posts educational videos, but on March 10th, 2025, they uploaded something that shocked their viewers. A man is filming his own abandoned property, an old house burning in the middle of the woods. At first, everything looks normal, but then something truly disturbing gets captured on camera.
You should see it right now. It's amazing. Look through the window. Look. See that here right now. Look. Look. See that here right now.
As the man pans his camera down the hallway, a dark, shadowy figure appears for just a moment inside the burning house, then quickly disappears, almost like it was hiding. The owner didn't notice it at the time, too focused on the fire in front of him, but viewers who looked closely saw exactly what he missed. At one point in the video, a child's laugh is clearly heard, even though there were no children around, and later, from a different side of the house, that same black figure appears again, briefly before vanishing. Twice the same shadow and a child's voice. That's no coincidence. Some believe the fire forced whatever was haunting the house to finally come out, like it had no other place to go. But what do you think? Is this house truly haunted or just a creepy illusion?
If you happen to miss it, you can see what looks like some kind of smoke entity go right into that room. In this next creepy video, I cannot imagine how this mother must have felt hearing what this police officer is about to tell her, but some people believe that she knew all along. I don't think so. I think her reaction is indeed genuine.
Daughter?
Yes, this is my daughter.
Step out with me real quick. What's your name?
Kiara?
Kiara? Do you have shoes on?
No.
Okay.
I don't know where my shoes are.
This is his girlfriend.
Try for real quick.
Can I get some shoes on or something?
Not right now.
Do you get some shoes for her? We detain at this point, okay?
You want to put mom in your car?
Oh.
For now? They're not going back in there.
Yeah.
She just came from in there. And then I'll take her to my car.
Yeah.
I have cats. I have to. They can't
Unfortunately,
get out
ma'am,
of
but
the house.
this is an active investigation, okay?
Can
So
I
nobody's
block
going back
the
in the
door
house.
somehow?
No,
No.
this is a crime scene at this point.
How's my house a fucking crime scene?
There's a deceased
There's a
person
dead
in your
body in the
garage.
garage.
That's why it's a crime
There's
scene.
a body in there?
Yes.
A dead body in your
Stand
garage.
up for me. Then walk this way.
What the f?
Go ahead and come here with me now.
You're on board.
Yep. Have a seat back here for me. Quick.
Isaac. Yeah, there he is. He's coming out. Is that Isaac? Did you call us, bro? Here, come over here. You're good. Come here. You don't have any knives, any weapons on you?
No.
No? Just put it down for now. Just put it down. You're not in trouble, bro. Gotta make sure you don't have any weapons, okay? Here, put your hands up right here. Right here. I get it. It's good, bro. Here, for now, bro, just because it looks like your girlfriend or whoever's in there is really injured. So for now, we're gonna put you under detention, okay, until we can figure this out. So can you tell me, how did this call transpire? How did you call us?
I walked into the garage. I walked into the garage, and when I walked into the garage, she goes, "Oh, I just did it." And I'm like,
And who was this?
Kiara McCulley.
She told you that?
Very calmly and everything, blood on her hands, and
You're a little more warm. We're gonna put you behind this unit, okay? Just hang out, sit tight, okay?
I'm freaking out right now.
No, just breathe, man. Just breathe a little bit, alright?
Do you need to get checked out by meds, man?
No.
No?
Okay. You want the air or anything? Are you hot, cold?
Got this. We'll roll down the window and we'll give you a minute, alright?
I'm freaking out right now.
No, just breathe, man. Just breathe a little bit, alright?
So apparently this deceased woman, Grace Jennings, after a fight with her fiance, took to Instagram looking for a place to stay. So this boyfriend and girlfriend that you see in this police body cam video that were arrested told her that she can stay in the garage, but it was a ploy to end her life for this secret organization. Now, and the woman that was arrested in this video, she used a longsword to end her life. And come to find out, her boyfriend was pretty much egging her on, telling her to do it, and if she did it, she would move up in this secret organization. But come to find out, it was the same exact boyfriend that was egging her on that called police on her after she ended this woman's life. It's a very bizarre case, but it is a horrifying thing to see your daughter arrested and then being told by police that there is a body in the garage, if the mother wasn't aware, which I don't believe she was.
Hey guys, I'm officially probably going to have nightmares over this one. This photo was shared in the comments on one of my videos. And I got to say, it's creepy as hell. So with the little research, I found out that this is which is the Nelsonville Cross in Nelsonville, Ohio. Interestingly enough, it is the world's only large metal cross monument dedicated to a woman. It's 65 feet tall, illuminated cross, representing a man's dedication to his lost love and faith. Now, as for the figure in the photo, so I ran the photo through ChatGPT, and do you know what I discovered? I found that the origins of this photo cannot be determined. This specific photo. So, Antsfolio 0. Who is this? What's going on in this photo? And who is this figure right here?
That video comes from the Bigfoot files, and I did not know that such a thing exists. And given the fact that that cross is that big, that black figure has to be anywhere from 8 to 10 feet, if not taller. This next video comes from the Paranormal Chick. Now, I strongly believe that these are not UFOs, but these are the orbs that we were seeing all across the skies during the whole drone situation, which I believe the drones were being used as a distraction away from the orbs.
We have an extraordinary video that was captured by a couple who was driving down the highway in Mexico when they saw in the sky what appears to be a massive UFO. So of course they had to pull over and record, and boy did they get some amazing footage, because it truly is a UFO. And as these sightings continue, we can't help but wonder, who or what are they? And when will we ever make contact? Take a look at this footage, comment below, tell me what you think.
Estamos viendo un ovni triangular. Está parado en medio de la nada.
Se formó de la nada.
Se formó. No manches, ¿qué es eso? Estoy temblando.
Ya vámonos, no vaya a ser que...
Y está saliendo otro chiquito de ese, ¿ya viste?
Te digo que eran 4 y de repente uno subió, se desapareció y ya no se... No, ¿qué es eso?
No manches. No, es que no lo puedo creer.
De una luz se hicieron 2.
De una luz se hicieron 2, lo están viendo. No, no lo puedo creer. Oh, sí. Sí está. No manches. Es como un disco enorme, no manches. ¿Qué es eso?
Tengo miedo, estoy temblando.
No manches, yo también.
¿Qué es eso? Porque Luis es una sombra. No.
¿Qué es eso?
¿Qué? ¿Ve?
¿Cuál sombra?
Jorge, hay una sombra arriba.
Not too long ago from that, something very similar was also seen in Ohio, these orbs again.
There is something legitimately strange going on in the skies over northern Ohio. I've gotten these videos sent to me several times over the last several weeks. This is from Lake County, just off the shoreline over Lake Erie from Mentor. Glowing orbs in the sky, stationary orbs that don't move, but the lights keep flashing and spinning around. Here's a close-up of that glowing orb. Notice the lights just moving around in a circle, flashing different colors. Now, what could it be? Could it be a drone? Maybe, but it's very large. And again, it sits there in the sky. It's been appearing for several weeks in a row, just randomly at night, off the shoreline of Mentor, Ohio, east of Cleveland. So what could it be? Put it in the comments below. Maybe it's a UFO. Are aliens invading northern Ohio?
Now, of course, you can't take something like Project Bluebeam off the table as well, but when it comes to the orbs themselves, I feel like there's something different than aliens and UFOs. They are something that have been here for a long, long time. Now, perhaps even before humans themselves.
Real pictures that will give you nightmares. This photo was taken in 2009 by a roofing company. And they say the OP was taking this photo to show the owners the progress they had made on their roof. And that's when they captured this terrifying image. And after seeing what he captured, he spoke to the homeowner to see if anyone lived in this home next door. And they found out that the home did once have an elderly woman in there who died over 3 months before this photo was taken. So at the time these men were working on the roof of this home, the house next door was completely vacant. And the person who took this photo believes her ghost may be reacting to the construction that's being done on her neighbor's home. And it seems like a pretty common phenomenon to have ghosts or spirits become active when there's construction or renovations done to their home or a home next to them. So was this old woman just checking out what these men were doing, or is it something else? What do you think?
If this story is indeed the case, it sounds like this old woman does not know that she is deceased. And this kind of reminds me of that second story in this video where possibly the grandmother was seen on that Zoom call, but again, we don't know if she had passed on herself.
We've all heard of the Bermuda Triangle, but have you heard of the Bennington Triangle? The Bennington Triangle was a phrase coined by American author Joseph A. Citro. Between 1945 and 1950, several people went missing in this area. The area is in the Glastonbury Mountain. I probably said that wrong, correct me down in the comments, but it would include the towns of Bennington, Woodford, Shaftesbury, and Somerset. I do not have a picture of the first person who went missing, but that was Mitty Rivers, who was 74 when he went missing on November 12th of 1945. Mitty was an avid outdoorsman. He was frequently outdoors and he knew how to carry himself in the wilderness. He was last seen on Vermont Route 9 near Woodruff Rivers. Around 4 p.m. on November 4th of 1945, Mitty was last seen by a friend near the trail that he was walking, and then he failed to come home that night. Several searches were done of the area, but nothing was found until the next spring when a hiker found his handkerchief, but he just simply vanished. Paula Weldon would be the next person who went missing, and she disappeared on December 1st of 1946, and she was just 18 years old. Paula was a sophomore at the Bennington College. She left campus early that afternoon and was going to walk that same trail that Mitty was last seen on. Paula was seen by several people. Several people gave her directions, and she encountered many people. She was seen wearing a red jacket, jeans, and lightweight sneakers, but she was not carrying any camping gear. She did not plan to stay, according to the people who saw her. But the next day, Paula didn't show up to classes, and so an extensive search followed, and they found nothing. The FBI even became involved, and there was a $5,000 reward for her return, but she just simply vanished. The next person to go missing was a man named James Tedford. He disappeared on December 1st of 1949, so 3 days exactly after Paula went missing. James was a resident of the Vermont Soldiers' Home in Bennington. He had been visiting St. Albans, visiting relatives, and they had accompanied him to the local bus stop and watched him get on the bus back to Bennington. At about 6:15 that evening, he was seen having a conversation with an acquaintance of his in Burlington. This is the last confirmed sighting of him. The bus driver would later tell police that he thought that a man who looked like James might have got off the bus in the village of Brandon, about 70 miles north of Bennington. That same night, Brandon police investigated a man who was acting strangely in the village's downtown, but it would take an entire week for James to be reported missing. The superintendent of the home that he was staying at would report him missing on December 8th. Later news reports would indicate that James was mentally ill at the time of his disappearance, and his family did come forward and say that he was not very happy about returning to Bennington. But it also seems as if he vanished into thin air because nothing was ever found of him. Paul Jepson would be the next person to go missing, and he went missing on October 12th of 1950. Paul was going with his mother to do some errands and do some chores. They had a herd of pigs near the Bennington Town dump. They arrived at the dump at about 3:30 that afternoon, and she left Paul in the car while she went and tended to the pigs. When she came back 30 minutes later, Paul was gone. A search party was again arranged, and this time they had bloodhounds to come and track Paul's scent. The bloodhound would track his scent along an adjacent road to an intersection where the scent ended. Police believed that the rain washed away his scent, while his father believes that maybe somebody struck him and then hid the body. Other people speculate that the police didn't search enough because he might have been in the wooded area surrounding, which was not searched. Frida Langer is another person who went missing in this area, but her case is pretty much solved. But on October 28th of 1950, just 16 days after Paul went missing, Frida went with her husband on a hike. This was something that she did frequently. She was an avid hiker, hunter, she was very, very well versed in the outdoors world. This was not unusual for her to go hiking. But somewhere along the hike, she slipped and fell into the creek and told her husband that she was going to take a shortcut back to their cabin so that she could get changed. But when she didn't come back, her husband became worried and a search party went out looking for her. Frida did suffer from a seizure disorder, and her husband was worried that the cold had triggered a seizure and that she was lost somewhere in the woods. On May 12th of 1951, a fisherman found her body 3.5 miles southeast from the campsite. No cause of death was determined, but police theorized that she had fallen down an embankment and had drowned in the deep pond, and that then her body was flushed out months later. But all of these disappearances have led people to believe that maybe something more mysterious is going on in this area. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that there's something strange going on, or is it all just a coincidence? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments and follow for more spooky things.
That creepy video comes from Amanda Thomas, and it just goes to show that there are so many creepy places in this world that have so much history attached to them. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.